All right, guys. So yesterday we covered, or maybe tomorrow, I don't know. We covered the most underrated watch features. Now we're going to talk about the most overrated watch features. And quick watch check: Belova Marine Star on aftermarket rose gold bracelet. Freaking love it. So these are in random order, and these are personal. So I want you guys to comment below if yours are different. So number one in random order of my most overrated watch features. First off, the dive bezel, which I know I wear dive watches all the time. If I could only have one watch, it would be a dive watch. And a large part of that is because of the bezel. So why do I say dive bezels are overrated? Well, here's why. Because it only rotates in one direction, not in the other direction, right? On these clicks, so that divers can never think they have more air reserves than they actually do, right? If anything, they'll just have more reserve than they believe that they did, right? I'm not a fucking diver. I don't know if you could tell by my attire. I work in surgery. I'm in nursing. I'm not a diver. I never need this to track my oxygen reserves. That's not a thing. Like most people who buy dive watches. So to me, it is ridiculous that it's still a useful tool, but I would love to be able to turn it the other way. And that's why, to me, like, if I could have the same watch with a friction bezel, I'm taking that all day. Because if you look at watches like the MRW 200H, those ones actually turn both ways. And then on top of that, I've knocked this in a door. Let's listen. Hear that? I've knocked it into doors, and now whatever I was timing is off, right? So with the friction bezel, that's never happened. I've never had a single time where I was wearing a friction bezel, namely the MRW 200H by Casio, $20 watch with a friction bezel, that people talk shit about because it doesn't click. But to me, I can turn it both ways. It takes enough effort that it's never going to click off, and to me, it's just a better version, more useful version of the classic dive watch for everyone like us who don't fucking dive, right? So that's the first overrated watch feature. The second, in random order, is micro adjust on bands, which I actually made a whole video ranting about this because of how much I hate the idea of that. Like, think about it critically. People don't buy wedding rings, which they plan to wear exclusively for the rest of their life, with micro adjustment, and it's never an issue. No one ever talks about being like, oh, I wish, through the day my finger swell makes my ring unwearable. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. It's a total unnecessary feature that is being sold to us so we pay more money for dumb shit that we don't need. So micro adjust, stupid. Don't need it. Never had it. Don't need it. Don't want it. Now, water resistance over 100 meters, right? And I'm going to release a video talking about water resistance and why I think it's stupid in the first place. But water resistance over 100 meters, right? Like, I've never had a watch with 100 meters. Like, I've had a number of watches, including the MRW 200H and, the F91W. Watches that are rated below 200 meters, right, that did not fail me, that I've gone swimming with, knocked around the pool, knocked around rocks while swimming in a lake, been at the beach, in the sand, everything, in every possible scenario, in saunas, in the shower, in every possible situation. And I just don't see the point of having a watch over 100 meters of water resistance. There's even videos of guys actually diving with the MRW 200H, as well as the F91W. And I'm not sure about the F91W's official status. I think it just says water resistant. But the MRW 200H is a 100-meter water resistant watch without a screw down crown. And there's video of guys actually going diving with it, and it performs amazing. So to me, anything above 100 meters water resistance is just kind of pointless. I don't care. I'll never buy a watch because I see watches that are like, pushing 300 meters or 1,000 meters water resistance or whatever. It's just fucking retarded. It's pointless. There's no need for that, because if 100 meters is good enough for actually diving, real divers, it's good enough for us. Let's stop kidding ourselves. So it's a far overrated watch feature. The next one is automatic watches. I'm going to get real spicy with this one. With mechanical watches, I don't like automatic mechanical watches. The reason being is that it stresses me out in the back of my mind, right? And I end up hand winding it anyways because I don't want my watch to stop, and I also don't want to have the degradation of the timekeeping with the winding going low, right? Like I don't want it to go low during the night, or if I like don't wear the watch for a day, swap it out and then wear it the next day, and I'm at the end of that like 36 to 40 hour power reserve. I don't want the accuracy to go down because it doesn't have as much juice, right? So I end up hand winding it anyways. And on top of that, if you look at watches like the Vostok Kommandirsky that are hand wind exclusively, you're able to get it in so much more of a compact ergonomic case than you can with the automatic. And I enjoy the hand winding. Like to me, like all these things that people talk about, like the bond with the watch and the mechanical nature of it, to me, the epitome of that is a hand wind watch. This is the most direct interface I could possibly have with the watch, is winding it and giving it power for the day, which usually for me, if I'm wearing a hand wind automatic like daily, I'll wind it in the morning, then wind it at night. And I don't like the automatic, pendulum in the back winding it. To me, it's just a dumb feature. It's defeats the point of the cool interface with an or with a mechanical machine, and I don't, trust it as much. It's just, to me, it doesn't suit my needs. I think it's way overrated. I know guys that will not buy a watch that's mechanical unless it's automatic, and I think that's fucking retarded. I would actually prefer to have a non-automatic mechanical watch. Um, Overrated. Next is brand history. I have seen reviews where these dumb motherfuckers are being like, hey, look at this, look at this Belova. A huge feature of it is 200 meters water resistant. It's accurate within 10 seconds a year. Mine is actually accurate within 3 seconds a year, but I rest my case. And it has such a strong brand history. They list brand history as if it is like a watch feature that's going to serve me every day, like being water resistant or like having a high power reserve or like that's gonna add to the experience at all. Like, tell me the fucking stats. Tell me what the watch can do. Tell me what the watch is made of. Like, that's what will serve me. Who gives a fuck how long Belova's been making watches? Like, that doesn't serve me. That has nothing to do with the features. If I want to learn more about that, then great, I'll look into the company or whatever. But to me, the way that people talk about brand history as if one watch that's made out of the exact same materials as another watch with the same Seiko movement as the other watch, but this watch has brand history. They've been making watches for 1,000 years versus 50 years, that this watch is going to be notably better. That's just a crock of shit, guys. Like, stop buying their propaganda on this dumb shit that has nothing to do with the actual wear experience or quality of the watch. And as we see the rise of micro brands, we're seeing essentially, whether we realize it or not, a backlash against this because there's no brand history. It's a brand new brand and they're kicking ass. Look at Skylar Santana's channel. He's always talking about these super sick ass micro brands that have no brand history, and they're kicking all kinds of ass, frankly outdoing the brands with a lot of brand history. So that is my list. I made it in the trash can, by the way. So comment down below if you have some that were not on the list or you completely agree with what I said, or what suits you in your experience. I love hearing about the use cases that you guys have for watches that may be totally different than mine, which, would lead you to have different qualities that you like or dislike in watches. So comment down below. And remember that Jesus Christ loves you guys. There's one true God, one true creator, and it's Jesus Christ. So I encourage you guys, please seek him out, because whatever problems you're having right now, he can solve them, and he will solve them, and he wants to solve them. But the thing is, we have free will. We can choose to not have him, not let him solve those problems for us, right? Like that old stupid, incredibly stupid argument of, oh, if God's real, why is there all of these bad things in the world? Because we're in the world. We cause the bad things. We have free will, right? If God exists, why does, let's say like a real out there example, why do hospitals get bombed, in Gaza if God exists? Because there was some motherfucker who bombed a hospital. He used his free will that was given by God to destroy and steal and kill and do acts that align with Satan, right? Why is there good in the world? It's because of God, right? Because of His touch in the world. Now, can I decide to do good things for people? Sure, but usually I'm doing good things with a false motive of I want something in return or something along those lines. But the fact of the matter is, I am a terrible, fucking, filthy sinner, a wretch, a bad person. If you guys lived in my brain, you wouldn't follow this channel. You would want me in prison with the thoughts that I have on a daily basis. Genuinely, I'm not bullshitting you guys. So any good that comes from me, the fact that I have people who come up to me like, hey, you did a surgery on my mom and you were so calming and you were so kind and we just felt loved and she felt loved through the whole process. The fact that people feel that way at all around me is Jesus Christ through me, because I naturally am a very threatening person. I naturally am a person who gives off stay the fuck away from me, because I don't want anyone to be around me, because in my flesh I don't. But in Christ, I love people and I want to be around people and they feel God's love through me. And sometimes they don't know what it is. That's what it is. So I encourage you guys, please seek God out, because, like I said, we have free will. He will not force himself upon us. So invite him in, learn about him, and I know that you'll be better for it. So have a great day, guys.